For years, Kalu Rinpoche was praised for his bravery in exposing the horrific sexual abuse he endured as a young monk. His story gained worldwide sympathy. Many saw him as a beacon of change, someone who would protect others from the very suffering he experienced. But what happens when the one who once broke the silence becomes the center of controversy himself? At the deepest level, sexual desire isn't just about pleasure or attraction. It's a longing to end duality, a deep yearning to feel whole and return to oneness. In the physical world, we're never truly complete. We're born as male or female, always experiencing some sense of separation. This longing for unity plays out in many ways, but one of the most powerful is through sexual desire, a reaching for the other half to feel whole again. But why does this longing feel so intense, even overpowering at times? Science gives us some helpful insights. Inside our brain is something called the reward network. When we see or hear something attractive, this network lights up and releases dopamine, a chemical that makes us feel pleasure and want more of that experience. Our brain gets a dopamine spike from stimulation of the five senses. When we see an attractive body or beautiful form, when we hear a seductive or soothing voice, when experiencing a pleasant smell, especially certain scents, perfumes, or natural body odors, kissing or intimate exchange, and skin-to-skin contact when touching. In one of my previous videos on the neuroscience of meditation and prayer, I talked about the default mode network, the central executive network, and the salience network. Now, there's another major player in the brain, the reward network. The salience network helps us detect sensory input, like sights, sounds, or smells, and tags them as important. Then, the reward network responds by releasing dopamine, a chemical that motivates us to pursue the experience. From this scientific perspective, sexual desire isn't just emotional or spiritual. It's deeply wired into how our brain processes stimulation and reward. Now, this deeply rooted desire isn't limited to us as ordinary people. It's so strong and ingrained that even great spiritual leaders, who we might imagine have transcended worldly cravings, are not immune. This is something we've seen across many spiritual traditions. Whether Buddhist, Christian, or otherwise, desire continues to challenge even the most respected teachers. In my previous videos, we've explored the stories of well-known Buddhist masters like Sogyal Rinpoche, Khenpo Choga, and Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche, all of whom faced serious controversy related to power, sex, or indulgence. But let's return to the story of Kalu Rinpoche, because his journey reflects the complexity of desire at the highest levels. He married Mingyur Paldron, the sister of Dilgo Khyentse Yangtze, and later divorced her. Reports suggest that after the separation, he had limited contact with their daughter. He soon remarried and had another child, whom he affectionately refers to as his #1 fan on social media. More recently, he was removed from his monastery. In the official letter dated July 27, 2018, it was clearly stated that Kalu Rinpoche was removed from his position due to misuse of funds. The charitable trust founded by his predecessor was meant to support the monks, not to fund the lavish lifestyle of any individual, particularly Kalu Rinpoche himself. Questionable conduct. Failure to uphold his responsibilities as a lineage holder. Scandalous and unethical behavior. The point here isn't to judge any of these figures harshly, but to recognize that even those who seem spiritually advanced are not beyond human longing. And what that tells us is powerful. This desire for wholeness runs deeper than spiritual titles or appearances. So, how can we cope with such deeply ingrained desires that seem to control us, even at the highest levels of spiritual leadership? The answer isn't to fight them or try to get rid of them, nor is it to blindly follow and act on them. The only way to overcome these desires is to reconnect with our innate well-being. When we connect to our true essence, We no longer feel incomplete or lacking. We become the light of pure awareness. Awareness is like a lamp, capable of illuminating both itself and anything it touches. With continued practice in awareness meditation, our wisdom naturally shines through, allowing us to see desire clearly as it arises. You might recall I mentioned earlier how our brain's reward system responds to desire. With meditation, we gradually strengthen the central executive network, the part of our brain involved in focus and self-control. Over time, this helps us manage the impulses that come from the reward network. So both spiritually and scientifically, awareness is key. You'll start to notice that desire often begins with a thought, a mental or visual image, perhaps seeing someone attractive. The desire arises out of wanting to possess or enjoy sensory experiences, and this strong wanting can be overwhelming. But when we raise our awareness, we begin to see these emotions and desires clearly, like clouds drifting across the sky. Our awareness is like the sky, vast, clear, and ever-present, while the desires are like passing clouds. If we allow them to pass, we'll see they're impermanent and don't define us. This process won't be easy, but we can start by training our minds to recognize awareness in formal meditation sessions. Think of meditation like building a muscle. You start with lighter practice, just glimpses of awareness, before you're ready to handle the heavier emotional patterns. So, I encourage you to try out some of my guided meditation videos in my Anytime, Anywhere meditation playlist to help you get started. And if you want to take your practice deeper, consider signing up as a member for exclusive content, including insights into my personal journey and more tools to help you on your path. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others. Let's keep this conversation going. Together, we can create a community of awareness and growth. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.